Hi guys, it's me again. This is courtesy of my daughter, and today we just want to talk about why this, why now, and for whom. I grew up in a Christian family, 5th generation Christian, and been in church my whole life. But I struggled actually for a big part of that. Why? Because in my mind and to people I had to be a Christian, yet the reality was in my life, in my heart. I couldn't answer a lot of the questions and the situations that I faced, and so for a large part of that I felt like I was the problem. I didn't have anyone I could talk to, and I felt alone in church. Being in missions and serving young people for the past 11 years, you know what I realized? I realized that there are a lot of you who are like me. So who are we, right? Who is us? I researched, and there wasn't quite a term. They label as misfits, but I don't think so. And so I feel like there is a term that I could use to describe us, and we are the churched, right? Churched. Why? Because we are familiar with the church, yet we are going through certain things inside that make us feel we are alone or separate or different, yet we are still a part of it. Question is now, who are these churched ones? And so I'm just going to help us to understand the different groups that make up the church. And just based on my own experience, the people I met. It's not exhaustive, there could be more. If there is, please let me know. But just for now, alright, hopefully this will be helpful. And if you relate to some of this, we have some questions at the end. Okay, so the first group we have are the floaters, or the shells. Okay, what it means is you have the form but no power. You, in your mind, could think, I didn't even choose to be here, I don't want to be here, so if I'm here, I'm just going to get through it. Right, so you go through the motion, you don't quite care sometimes, and this is a lot of us, right? The generational Christians, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Right, so this is us, the shells, the floaters, just float through. Another group has a lot of issues in terms of questions in the mind, and so this group I call the doubters, right? The questions about God, about self, criticism, skepticism, doubts about church, about religion, about life. Basically all this happen here in the brain, and so your mind is on overdrive, it's a battlefield, and you will be what I see as a doubter. Alright. Another group, stragglers. We fall behind because we struggle physical sin. We struggle with physical habitual sin, and we may struggle so much that we give up. We don't want to try to stop, and we could even reach a point where we don't even want to reconcile that what I'm doing and who I know God to be and what I want to grow in. There's no need to even reconcile because we probably have given up on ourselves in that, right? So stragglers. Another group we're going to talk about is emoters, so those with very intense and very in touch with their emotions. So you can feel God and experience Him very intensely, and when you don't, it's also very intense, and it makes you question yourself. So questions like, oh, I don't feel God, I don't feel His presence. These are things, and the carryover is that it can impact your emotional health. It can be very, very impacted because the questions of your emotions actually come into place to question yourself. Alright, so emoters are part of this group. And there are those who are on the fringe, meaning you are in church, but because perhaps of your family background, your appearance, like the color of your hair, the color of your skin, the things you have on your skin, tattoos and all that, or it could even be reputation or the stories people gossip about before you come. It feels like people already know you without you sharing your side of the story. You feel like you don't belong and you can't wait to leave, right? So these are the fringe. There's another group called the bleeders, right? Bleeders, why? Because this is a group that may have who do feel like they've been hurt or betrayed by the church or by the people in church. So as much as we are trying to grow, we are still also reconciling that these are people who call themselves Christian, or this is the church, and yet you could do something like this to me. And so of course your heart is bleeding, and so that's why it's called bleeders. Right? Personal experience. Anyway, then there's another group called the sentimentals, meaning those who have left the church. Alright? Physically they have left the building, but their heart, there's still something in their heart that's still holding them, and so they look back, there's hope. And so physically you're not there, but in the heart there's like a thin sliver of thread of hope that's just tugging, and so they're still kind of around, they're just not there. Okay, so these are the 7 different groups that I can kind of think about. And just thinking of what we talked about the last week about God as a father that runs to you to call you home. I mean, these are our issues, but these issues cannot be your excuse to not grow. So if God is a God that runs to you and calls you home, what does it mean for you and where you are, and the hurt that you carry, and the emotions that you feel, in the place that you are? What does it take for you to come back home? And I think that's something I want to leave with you to think about this week, right? God desires for you to grow, and so how do you come back to Him despite all these things? How can you trust Him? What is He saying to trust Him for also in your life? Okay, so if you are part of this, if any part of this resonates with you, you relate with, then you are the church, then this space is for you. The idea is to do short videos, 5-6 minutes worth, a simple dialogue to talk about one simple truth, and hopefully there is a simple response for you in the week that is to come. And so I pray for you that whichever group you are, that your heart will see that there's a way back. It's a simple way back to Him, and all you need to do is choose and to commit to that. And so, yeah, I'll see you again. But if you have any thoughts, any questions, issues, themes or questions you want to talk about, please let me know. Thank you to those who feedback to me. It's been very encouraging. And yeah, see you soon. Take care and God bless.